There we go. Good morning, everybody. It is Boxing Day for some people. It's just the 26th of December for others. We are playing Farming Simulator 22 on Glenleathann. And it is a matter of hours since the last stream finished. I have compacted all of the silage. It is all covered up. We have 910,000 litres, which is well short of the 1.3 million I was expecting. However, what we've got to think about is, if I run over here, does this tell me what this grass is? It doesn't tell me what this grass is. Okay, let's go get back in the Merlot. I had to use the Merlot to help with the compacting. And I ended up having to use the 800 to compact, which isn't quite as heavy as the 900, but part of the reason was the 900 was out planting the corn seeds. It's about half an hour till the rain starts. See, this grass is ready to harvest, growth stage 3 of 3 forage. How can I do that? If I do... Okay. If I right click, see, round down here, growth stage 3 of 3 forage, ready to harvest, crop type grass. Now, when we harvested in November, it was past growth stage 3, it was harvest ready. And so we were able to get all of our, or we got basically a 50% increase. So 50% increase of 910,000, about 450, which puts us right around 1.3 million. So we got as much grass as I should have expected. I just didn't consider the fact that the grass was only growth stage 3 and not mature. And we'll see that next time we come to cut, or next month if I go and walk into that field, it will show us. And there'll probably be a contract on it. How's this tractor? Not too bad. So it took me approximately 1.3 hours to compact that, and I did manage to get courseplay to work on it eventually. Part of the problem with the courseplay was it was just well, you know how it goes. The tractor kept getting caught on the ridges, so I really had to get out there and just flatten the top so it could drive through. And then that left a lot of chaff outside the end of each of the openings on that silo. And so we had to do it all again. I am going to leave the sprayer out. As far as the seeding is concerned, where are we? We are here. That field, all seeded. I had to pull 1,000 seed out of the Horsch seed bin in order to complete that other field. So we didn't have quite enough seed in that seeder to plant all 3 fields with corn. I'm not sure how we're going to do. Since that's only a 910,000, we're probably only going to make a lot less than I expected. Let's grass silage is down here somewhere, right there. So it's blah 250. See, the price is already way down and gonna drop, but we have to sell it during this pour time because I don't actually need the bunker. We can wait till it starts picking up through to August. We'll see. When's corn? October. But we can silage the corn in September, which gives us a couple of days of grass growth. Might even be able to do it in August. Might be able to do the barley. And interesting. Oh, that might be a thing to check on. We'll get out before it starts raining. Now, whole crop silage is more valuable than maize and grass. Maize and grass have the same value, at least on the settings I have on this map, which is basically Glenleathann with Maize Plus running. I haven't edited any of the XMLs to change the value of any of the crops, so they are what they are, but maize silage or whole crop silage is worth more. Now, I don't have a whole crop header, but it just occurred to me that this crop here is growth stage 6. We can forage this field. It's interesting. And we also bought this field round the corner. Oh my goodness. Now, if I whole cropped these two fields, I could throw grass in them immediately. Or I could throw corn in them. What's the oats like? We own this one. This is only growth stage 3 of 4, so we'd have to wait at least another month before you could forage it. Yeah. That's interesting. The problem is, the problem with foraging the corn right now, I did not want to do that. Please don't do that. Why am I on that screen? Who knows? I want to be on this screen again. So grass silage bottoms out June. If we go up here to whole crop silage, has pretty much the same map. Best time to sell is January, but best time to harvest it is right now. And the price is bottoming out on that. Maize silage, pretty much the same. It's best in winter. So we end up with silage sitting around in our bunkers covered up until very late in the year. I've only got 2 bunkers. However, I could whole crop that barley right now. I could plant that field with corn. We can put the barley in the other bunker, but we will have to sell the grass through the next couple of months so that at least one of those bunkers is clear before we have to cut the grass again. Although next time we cut the grass, it's going to be a lot less. All things to consider. Anyway, I knew what I was going to do. I was going to spray fertilizer on those 2 grass fields. I guess that's not happening right now since it's due to rain. Oops. Let's increase the timing. Very shortly. For now, I think it's probably a good idea. I'm going to reverse it. To nap through to May 2. And I will take a look at all the stuff in the morning. Sleep till 7. Oh, is it going to rain today? No, it's bright sunshine in the morning. Yay. Okay. So, what's for sale? Where did we get up to? Something like this. So there's a 7810. There's a Rostel Mash 2375. Was that 375 horsepower? There is interesting sugar beet cart. Show me. That's kind of cool. Now, one of the interesting things you can do, you can park this on the side of a field with courseplay running, and the harvester will automatically unload into this. Then you can just be carting, pull up, empty that, and keep going. That's interesting. Anyway, we have one of those. I don't have one of those. That's a silage cart. Side dump, auger, and an American Volvo. Nice. Well, not doing any of those things. Let's get our doits out. And to start off, at least this day, I will get crop sensors are on. Liquid is fine. And let's get that spraying. So our map here is always going to show the orange nitrogen levels under the shed, because it just is. Now, nice thing there, oops, is because we didn't mow in through the corners, I don't have to get the boom all the way to the edge. Oops. I'm going to hit it again. Nice job. Come on, Osa. Probably need to correct that. Very troublesome piece of equipment to work with, because the hitch is double jointed. And that hedge on the bottom is very, very close to the boom. Anyway, we'll get round here. Then I'll probably pick up a couple or few fertilization contracts, and we'll just run round the map and see what's what. I would suggest, since the tractor-mounted crop sensors actually require light, that being under the trees here is probably an issue for them, or at least it should be. Just a suggestion. Yeah, I think the sooner I can get rid of this field and turn it into sheds, the better it'll be all round. The problem is if I'm going to cut it, I do have to do this if I want to keep my environmental score up. Once I'm done harvesting this field, the environmental score on this field will be what it will be. And there's no reason, or, yeah, it'll just add to the total farm environmental score without, and we'll never adjust again. The data only ages if you're harvesting, and we won't be. Okay, well that's that fight done. And like I've said before, grass is such an easy crop. It uses hardly any fertilizer to get perfect levels of nitrogen. Unlike the corn, which is going to empty our tanks pretty much. Still. That one's done. So, I did fish out my tea bag. And because of the rapidity of streams over the last couple of days, I'm using Mom's mug rather than Dad's mug. Dad's mug's still in the dishwasher. Alrighty, here we are again. Some of these newer devices take a lot longer to unfold. Excuse me a minute. Nitrogen is okay. Okay. Don't know what the deal is here, but this field is not turning orange for some reason. Not putting down any fertilizer. What's the deal here? I got... Okay, let's turn that off. That's disturbing. Nitrogen, it says it's okay. I'm not getting a... Oh, this is going to make things a little bit more interesting, I think. No, that one. Nitrogen. Oh! Well, that would explain a lot. We've basically harvested this field 3 times, or however many times it is. The data's outdated, so it can't tell. And that's why I don't get to see the change in the texture. Now we do. We can see it's turning orange. Now I did know that this field was very close to data expiration, and when we cut it the other day, that was it for... I really need to stop doing that. That was it for data. So we've refreshed the data, which now means that this field is, the environmental score on this field is going to be good, better, retained. Did I do that on the oat field? I think I did. Yeah, the oat field we have the data for. This is all way too heavily nitrogenated. So the oats are going to be bad no matter what I do with them. But it does give me a thought that maybe whole cropping those other two fields might be worth it. I've got nothing to do with oats. I've got nothing to do with barley at the moment. I've got a harvester header. I do not have anything else, so really not going to work. We moved on a day. I think what I'll do here is I'm missing the edge there. So I'll back into the corner. Done. Okay. Yeah, it actually didn't take me as long as it usually does to figure out my environmental data had expired. For a change. And this would quite possibly be easier if I fitted GPS to this tractor. Not sure how long I'm going to keep it for, but I think I can go with that. Let's try and get as straight as possible on the cardinal, and it's not a small tractor. It's a medium tractor, and it's 183 horsepower. So yeah, we've got some high 100 horsepower tractors. I guess if something comes in with 120, with sort of 10-12 hours on it, in that range, we could switch this out. Which will be different. I don't think I've never played a stream farm that has not had a Deutz on it. That said, I think I've only played one private farm that's not had a Deutz on it. Anyway, keep this up. Didn't quite clear the edge there, but I think I'll reverse. Oh, come on. And this is what I was talking about by pre-aiming the tractor before I make the adjustment in the turn. Okay. Good enough. And then on fields like this, the nice thing about spraying is, well, if I get the turn right, you can see the edge of the boom, so you know how far it's going to spray to. It's Going to have a little overlap on the left there, but not too bad. Oh. Oh, we're down to 25,000 money. That's an issue. We did cover the silage on May 1, so that means June 1 it can be sold. I guess the question is, we've already got a loan, don't we? We've already got a £100,000 loan. I could take out a second one and forage the barley. Or I could do a bunch of contracts today. I'm going to leave barley forage possibilities until May 4. We'll see how much money we can make during the month of May. The two reasons I prefer a sprayer to a solid fertilizer spreader for this job is solid fertilizer you're just throwing out there, so there is no precision involved, but because all fertilizers work the same whether you're using solid or liquid, they you get precision farming from or precision application of solid fertilizer regardless. It seems a bit random to me. Even if you're metering it, you'd only get an average, you wouldn't get a precise. With the sprayer you're getting a precise because you've got the crop sensors, usually you've got a GPS system involved, so you know this soil needs a little bit more, this soil needs a little bit less, and you end up with a uniform application across the field, and every time you harvest it adjusts by random amounts. It looks like I missed a bit, who cares? I wonder if this is wide enough to do all of this. No, it's not. Okay, doesn't matter if I overlay too much then. Anyway.